Hello viewers, welcome to another On the Road video. Today we're at Fermentoren here in Copenhagen. This is Copenhagen's newest craft beer bar, craft beer place. And I'm here with Søren Parker Wagner, the founder and also brewer of the beers Crooked Moon, what do you call that, contract brewery. And can you tell us a little bit about the whole idea behind opening your own pub?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the concept was quite easily founded in my head. I mean, as many Copenhagen, it seems that contract brewing has become like the new hype to do. I mean, it's like it's something that everybody's doing. Everybody can do it because it doesn't take any particular amount of money. It doesn't take any equipment. It doesn't. You can just anybody can do it as long as you think you've got a good product. You can do it. And well, for me, it was two things. It was a combination of being lucky enough to be the brewer at Novel, so I could also have a place where I could start by facilitating my beers through there, so I could create recipes and get an idea without having, and doing it myself still, so I still felt like a home brewer that just gone a little bit bigger up in the scale. And then there's this place, which basically came after stopping at Novel and then getting a real job. That I thought, well, there's so many contract breweries around that it's hard to tell the difference, so how about getting a place that people can sort of like identify with the brand itself, and so they say, well, when I go down here, when I go down to the Fermentor, I can drink Crooked Moon beer, so that those two are somehow interlinked at least.
Kind of like a brew pub, maybe?
Sort of the same idea. If I had the facilities for it, I would, but with the conception that you can go down here and the beers belong here, and it's part of the identity of the place. So yeah, a bit like a contract brew pub, if you will.
Oh yeah. Cool, because you can't really get Crooked Moon in bottles anymore. It's all keg now.
It's mostly all keg. I mean, I'm working on some ideas of how it can be done, but if it's going to be, it's going to be mostly for export anyway. So or very small releases. It will be like some barrel aged stuff and other things. It's going to be in very small batches. So not something you're going to be able to ever find in supermarkets. For sure.
Yeah, or well, maybe specialty stores.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If I do, it'll be for the best shops. It'll be like for Local Chicken and consulate and that sort of places. I mean, places where they know and care.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of. I guess it's kind of been like a boyish kind of dream, opening your own kind of bar.
Well, I mean, the joke when I started off was the idea that, oh, imagine if I one day can go into a bar and ask for one of my own beers. That would be amazing. Now I can go into my own bar and ask for one of my own beers, which is it is perplexing. I mean, I would never thought this would be possible if you had asked me 5 years ago. So it is a dream come true.
It is now, so that's kind of cool. Doing what you. What's your original background before? How did you all get started in beer and all?
Well, it started when I was about 12, I think, when my father first time let me try his Carlsberg when we were assembling a piece of IKEA furniture. Then a trip to Czech Republic, and then I worked at Lord Nelson for some years while I studied. And I remember very clearly one day I was standing there and I was sampling this Danish microbrewery from a brewery that shall be unnamed. And I thought to myself, I can do better than this. And then you either put up or you shut up.
Yeah.
So
that's basically how you
started. Yeah. Then come Christmas, my mom bought me a couple of buckets, and I never looked back.
Ah, cool. So you basically started as a home brewer. No brewer's education.
That came afterwards. I mean, it was funny because I mean I didn't want it to begin with. I thought it would be better that we just let creativity flow and all that stuff. But at some point, it would be nice having a piece of paper saying that at least if you ever want to have your own brew pub one day, that you're certified, that you can do it at least. Not that you learn so much from doing it, but rather so you can prove that I'm a brewer.
Yeah. Okay. So. You opened back in September?
Yep.
How's it been so far? Has it been a success?
It has been a success. I mean, most people have been telling us how you can't really expect to pay yourself, that you can do anything for the first couple of years, and then we've been very lucky to have a lot of local support from a lot of people around here, from people like Nose to Tail, other people like restaurants in the neighborhood, and Mikkel Bar and Local Chicken that has been good to send people down here as well. So it's in terms of collegial help, it's been really great so far, and we have been able to make ends meet and pay ourselves and our staff, and the bar is making money. Of course, it takes time when you're a new place, but it's definitely going in the right direction.
Awesome. And your selection down here, it's of course your Crooked Moon line of beers, but what else beers do you have on? Like bottle beers?
Yeah, but the bottle selection is very simple. I'm sick and tired of going to bars where there are like 2-year-old IPAs sitting on the shelf. So I've completely gone without no hoppy beers at all on bottle. Only sours, stouts, strong ales, things that actually gets better with age. So a good selection of Fermentoren, Cantillon, Chardonnay, different American sour ales, stuff like that, classic imperial stouts. So basically big beers or things that can stay long in the shelf without becoming bad. Draft beer, stuff that I like. I mean, right now, stuff like Tidala, still not because it's the season, but like some Mikkeller beers, an Evil Twin, Saison du Pont sometimes as well, and that's, I mean, whatever is like quintessentially, classically understood as great beer, but also like personal favorites of mine. I guess that's the beauty of having your own place.
You get to decide.
I get to decide everything.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Because you have a pretty good selection. You have like 10, isn't it 10 or is it?
We have 10, and then we have sometimes we have the German wooden kegs that we bring out.
Oh yeah, so
with Baileys Anstich, so you just hammer it in the bottom, and then you don't need a tap for that one.
No.
But we are having a new system built. We're going to have a 20 tap system in the first couple of months of the new year.
Oh, cool. Well, that's already quite an expansion for such a young place.
It is, but also if you want to be part of the vegetable scene, it is go big or go home.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to mean business. And the beer nerds, they want selection.
Yeah, that's correct. Especially in a place like Copenhagen, it would be different with something like Aalborg, where they're trying to introduce it now in some of the places. So yeah, I completely understand that.
I mean, over here, I mean, you have, especially vegetables, seeing such an immense amount of beer tourism by now as well. I mean, Americans, German, French, Italians who come up here and they want to try everything as much as possible in one sitting. So if you want to get their attention, you need to be able to give them the biggest possible selection of really good beer. And that's the thing, I mean, even though we have 10 taps, whenever I take something off, I feel like, this means I have to put something on, that means I can't have 2 or 3 IPAs or stout, porter, and imperial stout. I mean, there's always something missing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If you get a bigger selection, you can kind of get like most of people's different preferences on your.
Exactly. I mean, for instance, whenever you put on like a beer like Orval or a Rodenbach Grand Cru, you feel like it's not really a standard style. It's something that's unique. So it's sort of taking the place for something else. So you can't really. Oh, now I'm taking off my double IPA and I'm not putting another thing hoppy on. I'm actually putting on a unique Belgian ale because it's amazing. But it's still, where's my double IPA going to come from then?
Yeah. I get it. But yeah, nice talking to you. Nice to meet you. Yeah, guys, if you're ever in Copenhagen, make sure to check out Fermentoren or the Fermentor, the newest craft beer bar here until another one opens. So definitely be checking the place out. It's a pretty solid selection. So yeah, cheers, and we'll see you guys in another video.